People of foreign descent are responsible for virtually all the cases of sexual assault in Cologne on New Year's Eve. That's the claim of a German regional interior minister. He blames both settled migrants and asylum seekers who've arrived in the country over the past year.
It looks as if people with a migration background were almost exclusively responsible for the criminal acts. All signs point to these being North Africans and people from the Arab world.
Well, the number of criminal complaints of harassment and robbery of women is growing by the day. Right now, police are looking into over 600 cases. The incident has led to a rise in anti-migrant sentiment, 2 assaults on Pakistanis and 1 on a Syrian person in Cologne in the days following have now been linked to what happened. Well, meanwhile, a German official has warned that the EU could face up to 10 million more refugees coming from the Middle East. And he said Germany should brace itself for another million migrants to arrive just this year. Although in an address to the nation, Chancellor Merkel said she was sure people in the country would be able to manage.
Es stimmt. Es ist eine besonders herausfordernde Zeit, in der wir leben. Aber es stimmt auch, wir schaffen das, denn Deutschland ist ein starkes Land.
Well, recent polls show that Angela Merkel's optimism isn't widely shared. Nearly 50% now think there should be strict regulation of migrant numbers, and sometimes anger with the government's policy is pushing people to take matters into their own hands. Another suspected arson attack has taken place at a refugee centre in the German city of Ulm. 2 people living there and 3 security guards were taken to hospital. They've got suspected carbon monoxide poisoning. Meanwhile, more people are joining the anti-migrant nationwide demonstrations led by the far-right Pegida movement. RT's Harry Fear is in the city. He sent us this report on the swing in public opinion.
The chaos here in Cologne was part of a wider problem of criminality associated with asylum seekers in the eyes of Pegida supporters, and a broader problem too of authorities' failure to maintain control.
We have several worsening criminal phenomena whereby police can only observe the problems but not intervene to resolve them.
Because of the events of New Year's Eve, a lot of people realized how big this problem has become.
A confused, even deceptive response by German authorities to Cologne dented public confidence and seems to be playing into the hands of the EU's far right. Street protest group Pegida boasts of swelled ranks and Europe-wide solidarity.
The European Union has failed all of their policies with what's happening. Warned women that they're no longer safe walking in Cologne. This isn't just in Germany though, it's in the whole of Europe. And we're creating a true European Union of volunteers who are getting organised, they're dedicated and they're determined.
A weekend Pegida rally has seen support from its French branch, while the Swiss offshoot is expected to boost the numbers at a Leipzig rally later on Monday. But when Pegida demonstrates, counter-protesters are usually not far behind. A couple of police attack dogs deployed here between the 2 sections of the Cologne main train station. This side have been the Pegida protesters, and over that side is the anti-fascist groups. But if the authorities are seen not to be coping, there are fears people may take matters into their own hands.
We hear of self-defense groups in Düsseldorf. It's a worrying development. Authority should remain with law enforcement and the judicial system, not with rogue groups. But if the state cannot offer security, then automatically people will take the situation into their own hands.
With regional elections in 2 months' time, and with pressure from inside her own party, Chancellor Merkel's backing of asylum rule changes might satisfy those in the middle ground in Germany. But for the far right, the EU, led by Germany, has already shot its own culture and social order in the foot.
Angela Merkel has imported hate and violence, and she'll never be forgiven. Angela Merkel has to go.
Reporting for RT, I'm Harry Fear.